Now, when we was kids, we played with these stuff here, and as people, this used to be we call this a lady, and this a man here, and then we call this a little girl, and this a little boy, and we made all kind of animals out of this here. A bunch of them. That's what we played with when we was kids.
You said there's some blue clay or something down?
Yeah, blue clay inside of the hill where we just did it. We make all kind of animals out of it. And that's what we played with. That was their toys back then. We never had any.
Probably mostly farm animals and stuff like that?
Yeah, made pig, cattle, and horses and stuff, you know, and all that kind of stuff. And that's when I was about 7 years old. And I was about 19 and 28, I guess, when I went there. Dad had a bunch of stock. He had about 50 head of cattle, and pigs, and geese, and hogs, and all that. But we had to watch the cattle so they weren't getting other people's corn. We'd go with them, stay with them all day long, me and my brother Monroe, and sometimes Woodlaw would go with us. And we stayed out all day herding them cattle and watching so they weren't getting other people's corn. And everything in there, and it's just like people say, it was kind of rough going, but we had all we wanted to eat. Raised, because stuff grew wild down there and people never see anymore. Like you could take chestnut trees and shovel even the nuts up off the ground, and man, it was plentiful. You just live out of the woods. And blackberries and big as your thumb, mulberries same way, and flowers. The flowers would grow wild for people trying to cure, just like all of beautiful flowers. It didn't make no difference. Cherries, anything you wanted, I mean, it was there. But it ain't no more, because these trees that you never see, nobody never see back in my days. And things went, I'd go and get us out, break a day and go whole corn. And Dad got me, he told me to lead this mare down in the meadow early in the morning. I didn't like it too well because that'd give the other kids and everyone of them to eat, and I wouldn't have nothing to. I'm afraid I wouldn't have nothing, you know, when I got back. I didn't like it too well. I come back and I was kind of mad a little bit, but had a big hunk of cornbread, big glass of milk, and that there, and ready. Doggone this thing of chicken jumped up and grabbed my piece of cornbread, and this is fact. I grabbed me a stick of stove wood, and boy, and I killed that chicken. We had him for dinner, but but this is true fact, honest, this is fact. Because he'd come in the house. That's the way it was down there, you know, in the house. We lived in this, well, all of us lived this 12 kids, mom and dad, and we only had, I think, 4 rooms in the house. Front room and the kitchen and 2 bedrooms. Wow. But we had, all of us, 4 of us sleep to the foot of the bed, 5 at the head. That's where we slept. But it, you know, we made it, got along. I remember a time I was going to whole corn up this holler, they call it the deep holler. I was going up there and I heard the birds, you know, many elves there should tell you the same thing, you know. And I got them hollering, and I looked up and I wanted to see what's the matter. I climbed this tree and it was up over these rocks and steep hill, and I got up there and I looked over in that bird nest. Big black snake. I didn't know what it was there, you know. It jumped out and hit me right in the part of the head. I let loose and rolled right down out of that tree, right down over them rocks, right down there. Well, she just laughed, boy. It skinned me up pretty good, but there's one thing happened to me.
So the snake was after the birds?
Yeah.
Wow.
He'd swallow birds. Them kind of snakes would, yeah. And like you say, we had an old but sheep. Boy, he'd follow, he'd hit you and knock you down, buddy, but you know, but you just like nobody did. It was up, he was up on this hill. I just, oh, a steep hill, way up. He got after me, hit me, and he brought me over that hill. On top, right down in the creek in the water. I wasn't bigger nothing, but I threw my arms around his neck and I tried to drown him in the water, and my oldest brother pulled me off of him. And that was down to the war place down there.
So that would have been Uncle Holly?
Yeah, alcoholic pulled him off of him. Off of him. I would have killed him. And like I said, my dad, he didn't run his own whiskey, but he made the mash. He hired somebody, they had a still, he'd come around and he'd run it off for him, like Hiram Johnson, one of them people. And we moved out of the lower place up to the upper place, and Dad had, I guess, 8 or 10 50-gallon drums of mash down there to run off. But he hadn't housed. I remember that, just same as yesterday. Remember, brother went down there and these revenue men come in there. They shot all them barrels full of holes.
Wow.
Them revenue men just, you know. And then guys up the upper place, and he had some up in Holler, and my dad had a Winchester. And Rob Johnson, he come over to run it off. He was ready to run. Brought the steel over, and he's going to run it off. He is up in there. And here come about 15, 16 these revenue men. On the prettiest horses you ever see, just rode up through that holler, you know. And you had begun to cracking up in there, and then now this is true fact. And here come back out there, 2 guys laying across the horses. Well, that's just the way it was. And because he had a Winchester, Dad's Winchester, you know, and it's just like a 30-06. Shoot them out, you know, almost. And get behind the tree, you could, you know, get quite a lot of it. And I moved to Michigan. Rob Johnson lived over here at Sawbridge. Left Kentucky, and he come up there. They never done nothing with him, you see. But that's the way it was. But Dad never had more than 50 cents in his pocket probably, but he traded for cattle. And we took her, raised our own corn, took it to mill, have it ground in to mill, you know, corn. And all we really bought is soda and salt mostly. That's all we did, because hogs, we butcher 2 or 3 hogs to the winter and hang them up, you know, for baking up in the stairs. And I had 2 old cats used to get in it. And my dad told me, he got on me about it. He told me, he says, now I want you to keep them cats out of there. I don't care how you do it, but I want them cats left out of there. So I figured me a plan. I got both them cats, and I tied each leg to each one, you know, so about this fair apart. And that's how I'd like to see them cats climb up and at it at the same time. So we went on 2 or 3 days. Dad says, I ain't seen them old cats around. I said, what happened to them? I said, I don't know. So I was walking up the hollow little ways up branch, and I looked down over the hill, and I seen one down there around this tree. And boy, he was just about dead. Them was already dead. I turned it loose. But that's the way it was, you know.
They got caught in the tree?
No, yeah, because it's, well, around this tree, honey. So that's, you know, but that's just the way a kid would think.
Yeah, well, it worked.
Yeah. And then there was May and Monroe and me and Woody and Charles, I guess. We was all playing. Well, I don't know what Charles, he probably was, but the rest of us was. They all, you know, playing a game out there, just sitting in the dirt, whatever kids would do. And Mom kept hollering at me about this old sow. She getting a tater patch in the garden. Root up the potatoes and eat them. And you know, food then, that was scarce, so you had to watch them. I'd take off and run her out. She had 12 little pigs, 13. And I'd more than sit down, holler again. There I go again. About 3 times. So, like I said, I was more than 8 years old. Maybe 8 and a half, something. And Roxanne, you won't believe this, I picked up a stone about this big, and here comes this sow through the weeds, sneaking, through back to the, and I threw that rock and hit her right square in the middle of the forehead. She stayed over. Killed her. I mean, So there was another thing. I come back in the little pig. Wonder what happened to Sal. Dad did and everybody. Just looking for her and everything, And they'd start going that way, I'd go the other way. I know exactly where that sow was. So the little pigs, what they did, we raised them on cow's milk. We raised our little pigs on that. Yeah.
So did you finally tell your dad that you did it, or did you just say, I don't
when
know?
I told him?
No?
When I was married? That's, honey, now you don't know what Dad was like.
No, yeah.
Oh, heck, he'd holler for something. There's about 4 there asking what he wants.
Yeah.
But he'd pick you up and throw you up in there, but you think you'd hit the ground. I mean, that's just, oh yeah. I remember Pearl, Doris, and Ann, I think, went over to make Molly's. They had the beautiful long hair, come way down your boy. It's long, pretty, all of them did. She got a hold of them and give them all a shingle bob when he come back home and boy, you know, what Dad did with it. He took a bit. I tell you, he took a bit. Yeah. Well, I tell you, that's something else what they used to get into. Yeah, buddy. I can remember that today.
So that was probably the look back then, though, right? That's what women in the city were cutting their hair like.
Well, yeah, I guess. I never did see it. I just, well,
Right.
but I just know what had happened, And then, me and Mono used to go out and take that dog, we called him Orang, and go through the woods and get squirrels. I mean, we didn't have no gun or nothing, just the dog. We'd come home with 9 squirrels, squirrels out of the woods. But that'd be a good meal in that. So, and people said about the rottenness thing is, like possum and stuff like that back then, Roxanne, they'd cook them or coon or anything because sweet potato makes a good meal, That's what the people did, back then. And they got along best they could. That's the way things went. Yeah, and I remember the time that I had my kid to do. Me and Mama was herding the cattle, and we got to playing or something, and he got away from us. We went after him, and he got in this field of corn from to man shepherd. Me and Mama got him gathered and headed back to the woods, back toward the house. Well, son, or grandson, Frank Shepherd, he brought he come running with a rifle in his hand, and looked in. He older than me, quite older than I was. And he says he's going to take the cattle. See, if he took the cattle, he'd fence them and make Dad pay. And I know me and Mono would have it. I told Mono just keep taking them cattle. I told him, you ain't taking nothing. He says, he stuck that gun in my guts, I told him. I said, you ain't taking them cattle, that's all there is to it. But I mean, I wasn't scared or anything. I mean, it's just the way it was back then, I guess. And things happen that way. I mean, it really happened. See, when my